Yeah, fuck Ghost Rider. I want to talk about Frozen.
Frozen hit at just the right time where I was just starting uni and it was awful.
Yeah,
It's fucking
it was
everywhere.
everywhere and I hate it.
It was awful. And like it's still
I was
annoying.
in my last year of school, so it was sung by I think it was the year 7 choir or something.
Wait, is this the same choir that like
No, they did Africa by
really
Toto,
aspirational?
Twice.
Yeah, unfortunately, Dan, there was a year 7 choir every year.
Oof. That is not good.
And they were
Well, then-
always bad.
Yeah.
Were they at least better than the Africa by Toto?
I cannot recall. So probably?
Well, at least they weren't worse.
I don't remember them having to do it twice.
There was a time
That
period
teacher
where I was
quite
like,
out of stress.
hell is going to be a choir of minions singing Let It Go. That would have been
Why?
the worst
Why?
thing possible.
I don't think we've ever asked this. Dan, why were you watching a group of year 7s and not your school? I've never
Dan
asked that question.
Was a good friend.
Helena was
And
also
never-
performing. She was playing the flute or dancing, maybe.
I definitely was not dancing. Not at that show.
Helena was playing the flute to Africa by Toto. And so I
When
had to
was
go and
this?
watch.
What year was this?
I think I invited Dan, and Dan didn't realise he was perfectly entitled to say no.
What year was
This
this?
would have been like, I guess, 2013.
2014.
or 20,
Yeah, 2013, 2014. Only 10 years, 11 years ago. Oh.
That's
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, Dan came to a lot of my, random music things I used to do
Yeah.
Yeah, that was weird.
Yeah.
as an overachieving teenager.
What happened, eh?
You
It
know,
the
I
same
was
thing.
always jealous I wasn't in Gifted and Talented, but now I realise that actually
You
I
weren't
don't-
neither gifted nor
but I've seen the mental health of the people who were in that now,
Yeah.
so
Hmm.
Oh,
Lucky
burnout?
escape.
Clever kid burnout?
what do you mean? The world can still suck even if you do all your homework.
Yeah. Well, it's worse though because I don't know. If you're naturally good at everything once you're as a kid in school, as soon as you're not good at something naturally, it's the worst thing in the world.
Yeah.
You have
Yeah, I mean that wasn't something I personally struggled with because I found out quite early on I was bad at a lot of things.
no, but
What I didn't work out for a long time was that even if you keep doing them, sometimes you don't get better.
sometimes you're just not meant to do something.
I was
Sometimes
not
you're
born
not.
to dance. I think Dan can attest to that, having watched me perform at a dance show after dancing for over 10 years at that point.
Yeah, you can tell why I remembered the year 7 singing Africa by Toto. Twice.
Not the dance
and not my
result.
spellbinding performance. Oh, God.
In my head, you're dancing around the year 7.
Oh, God, what was the worst? We did a tap dance to the Will I Am mashup. Bang.
What?
Yeah, that was bad.
I was really hoping you were going to say Britney. It's Britney, bitch, but like
Nah, that's too
No.
rude.
that's what I mean. It would have been funny. Also, just tap dancing to Will I Am in general.
An odd choice.
It's a move. It's definitely a move.
It's one of those ones where I think you have to be very.
Tonight's gonna
What
be
rhythm
a
does
good
that
night.
take?
Well, that's the thing
Jazz.
about tap dancing is that it sounds really cool if it's like singing in the rain and the people doing it are like performers who are
Good.
actually really good at tap dancing.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just noisy dancing with 10 girls all on stage not quite hitting the floor at the same time.
Oh yeah. You can tell when people are out of time.
Yeah, just sounds like the Stampede from Lion King.
That's why they. But like on.
But clickety
on a-
clackety.
Yeah, on a lino floor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
On
Anyway,
a wood lino floor. Hmm. No, it's,
Ghost Rider.
right, let's start
why
the
they
episode.
that's why they teach like the good tap dancers to tap louder.
Oh yeah,
Did
I
they
wasn't
ever-
allowed to have front taps.
Put lead weight
Was
in
anyone
the good
ever-
shoes.
Was anyone ever bad enough that they felted up their shoes?
So no, not quite. but I didn't. They wouldn't let me loosen the taps on my heels so that they tap louder.
Wait, you can make there's a volume control on tap dancing shoes?
I think so, but no one would show me how to do it. Like I said, 10 years, no skills gained.
That's because you didn't have the volume.
Well, yeah, I wasn't inspired.
You couldn't hear where you were wrong, so you couldn't correct it because they kept you quiet and in the back.
Yeah, I was always at the back. So, Ghost Rider.
So Ghost
Cool,
Rider.
right,
So
okay, let's start the
Nick
episode
Cage
properly.
in Ghost Rider. Nick Cage's Ghost Rider.
We've not even done the intro to the podcast yet.
No.
Well, that's your job.
Cool.
Yeah,
okay.
controllers,
Yeah.
Dan.
Dan.
As we've learned, I struggle saying no. That's why we watch this fucking movie.
That's why D&D with you is so fun.
Yeah.
Because like we just say stuff and you'd be like, all right.
Yeah, sure, that sounds fun. Why not? No, you can't run alongside a horse. That's stupid.
Oh, God. Dan, start. Jesus Christ.
Okay.
Dan, come on.
One job.
You have like
Yeah.
8 jobs and you're doing none of them right now.
No. Okay, right.
Come on, Dan, start.
Hello and welcome to Hey, I Loved That Movie, the podcast where we rewatch the films we loved when we were younger to see if they still hold up. I'm Dan.
I'm Michael.
And I'm Helena.
And for this episode, we watched Ghost Rider.
The Ghost Rider. He's a ghost that rides a
Which
bike.
which one of you two used to love this movie? Because it wasn't me.
Love is a strong word.
Okay, at least seen and
Oh, I watched
mildly
it.
enjoyed.
I watched it quite a few times.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
definitely Mikey because
Really?
I hadn't ever watched this film.
No, I haven't
Well,
seen this before
I'd
either.
watched Jim watch it a couple of years ago, and I was like, yeesh, and then didn't I put it out of my mind?
It was most definitely on.
Yeah, that is one
Yeah.
thing you can say about this film.
This film was on at some point.
It was shown.
It was on.
Someone might have watched it.
Someone has definitely seen this film because it got a sequel.
Well, yeah,
Yeah.
but it was
Yeah.
that was the time when like everything got a sequel.
Oh yeah, because nothing gets sequels now. Everything made now is standalone
Yeah.
movie after standalone movie.
But you know what I mean. A sequel it would get a sequel, not a franchise.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
this one
true.
also came out the year before Iron Man, so they probably then saw that Iron Man and that did well and were like, well, we can do another one.
Yeah, I can't remember the storyline to the second one. Don't think I've ever seen it. I thought the storyline to this one was the second one. I don't think I've ever seen the second
You thought the
one.
second film was the origin story of Ghost Rider.
No,
With how slow
th-
this
with
fucking
the
movie is, it
villain.
might be.
I thought the villain in this one was the villain
Oh.
in the second one.
Oh, as Helena
to the point-
described, sexy Alpha.
Yes, to the point where about
Why is
halfway...
he sexy?
He's kind of hot, though.
He's
No,
kind
he's
of
kind of
hot.
hot. He's kind of hot, though. But we
No,
know I
that's
have a
Ghost
thing for
Rider,
like
he's the hot guy.
guys with
He's
sunken
on
eyes
fire.
and sick looking. But like he's kind of hot.
He has Edward from Twilight, but like more mature vibes.
Yeah, he emo.
Sexy vampire.
Yeah, sexy vampire vibes. But the second, I thought this was the second film to the point where about halfway through, I was still thinking, oh, maybe the like 100 Souls thing is a setup for the next film. I don't think I've ever seen the second film. I thought there was going to be a different villain. Don't know who I thought it was, but anyway, this film is
Johnny Blaze.
Johnny. Yeah, Nick.
What a
Cage.
name. I love it when comic book names never
Oh,
fail to disappoint.
it's like, oh, this is Jeffrey Cold.
Yeah. Like,
This-
Johnny Blaze is definitely the name that the fire guy from Fantastic Four should have had, though, right?
This is Jeremiah Ice. Guess what his powers are? But it's
But-
the same as Elsa
yeah.
from Frozen.
So
He's-
young
he's
Johnny
Blackheart.
Blaze,
Young Johnny Blaze.
yeah, young Johnny Blaze, who isn't Nick Cage.
No,
He's a
he-
stunt rider with his dad. and his dad's got cancer, and he makes a deal with the devil so his dad will get better, and his dad gets better, and then the next day he dies doing a stunt.
He gets hit, yeah. Well, his dad's like, he's showing off. Young Blaze is showing off, like, hey, I'm doing a
Oh
stunt.
yeah, because there's a girl in the audience. That
Yeah, and it's very, like, yeah. He's like, his dad's like, what the fuck are you doing? Pay attention.
Yeah.
You're literally jumping cars and running through fire. What the hell's wrong with you? Fair enough.
And still not the worst thing to happen to that kid. Because he
No.
does grow up to become Nicolas Cage.
Yes,
with the worst Nicolas Cage haircut.
So I had a thought in this, and I felt kind of bad for having the thought during the opening. So when an actor, like an older actor, is casting something and then they get someone younger to play them, do you reckon it ever hits them if the person who's younger to play them is more attractive than they were than when they were younger? Do you reckon that ever gets to anyone? Because that'd get to me.
Do you think the younger actor saw Nick Cage and was like, oh no, this is my future?
Well, but like, I mean, maybe. But like, some producer somewhere thinks we look similar. Ugh.
Oh no.
But would you do that? Would you like?
I
don't know, I
it's
think it'd
hard.
make me
I think
feel
like
bad.
it's that's where the casting like directors have such a hard time finding young, like the actor's got to be convincing and look like them, and sometimes they have to pick just one of those two things.
But can you imagine if they? But like when they turn out hire someone that's argued is definitely more attractive.
I'd be
"Oh, I
like,
didn't
fair.
look like that."
I had a pretty. I'm not gonna lie. I was a pretty cute kid, but I had a real rough patch around like 12 to 27, 28.
And like I'm still going through that.
Yeah, I'm 28.
Yeah. But like I don't know. Like, I'd feel bad. I feel awful. And this kid turns into Nick Cage because he wants to run away with the girl. And the girl is like, yeah, we should.
Roxanne.
Roxanne. But we should vanish together and go off and ride off into the sunset.
Yeah, because he's a teenage boy,
yeah.
and his dad's just died. So
Well, no, this is before his dad dies.
Is it?
He specifically doesn't run off because his dad dies.
Oh well,
Yeah.
yeah. So
He's like leaving on the bike after meeting the most suspicious man on the planet, who just turns up and goes, "I can save your dad," and he's like, "How?" He's like, don't worry about it.
He'll be
I
fine.
mean, yeah,
don't worry.
kids are dumb,
I mean, yeah,
and this film is also
dumb.
dumb.
But yeah, it's like, hey,
Yeah, the devil in this is not. The Blackheart, the devil's son.
the non-fallen
is-
devil.
Yeah, well, is it? Yeah. Sorry. Yeah. So it's not the devil. It's Mephistopheles.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah,
or
that's from Cats, right?
Assumedly so. He's also in Mephistopheles. Is also in Baldur's Gate and like Fallen Realms lore.
It's a
and-
D&D monster, yeah. D&D devil. Weirdly enough, they're based on actual devils, the devils from D&D.
Yeah.
Like Beelzebub and Bahamut. Yeah, so he's a devil, and he's like, I'll give you, make your dad better.
Yeah.
And then
Because he finds a letter of his dad. Because it also has this weird sort of anti-smoking message at the start,
Yep.
where it's like
This was-
his dad coughs and puts out a cigarette, and the
Yeah.
son's like, ugh,
Yeah.
those are bad. And then
Yeah.
he takes the cigarettes out of his sleeping dad's hand to put them away, and finds a crumpled letter saying your exercise shows your cancer's got worse.
Yep.
Which
Yep.
I don't think is how doctors tend to tell you that
Well,
you've got.
They may have done
terminal
back
cancer.
then.
Like normally it's a face-to-face kind of chat, kind
They
of
may have done
let
back
you down
then.
easy. Yeah, maybe.
But he goes, so he's like, no, my dad's dying. Devil turns up, is like, I'll make him better. He's like, how? Not telling you. Okay.
Okay.
Well, he doesn't even.
Got a paper
So it's
cut.
like
Oh no.
you've got to sign this contract, and the devil is like he gets a paper cut from it, and that that drop of blood lands on the signature line, and the devil's like, well, yeah, that'll do.
No,
That
I
must
think
have
he
been a
wants
pretty
the blood.
severe
I
paper
think he
cut.
wants the blood. I think
Yeah.
the point is you sign it in blood.
Yeah. Now, that's why he gives him like the weird, terrifying quill.
Yeah.
But I mean, surely there needs to be some level of intent behind it.
No, that's devils. They trick all the time.
Trickle.
Yeah.
It's kind of the point of them.
Yeah, trickster devils, I guess. Yeah.
They,
I
like,
mean,
trick-
he's definitely a trickster because he cures his dad of cancer, and then the next day his dad falls off his bike slightly and dies.
no reason, as far as I
Yeah.
can tell.
I think he has a heart attack, maybe.
But no, but it's not like not that he falls and dies.
I love.
The
Oh yeah,
devil-
no, he has an aneurysm.
Yeah.
But
devil-
everyone's just like, oh no, because he had an aneurysm whilst going through a flaming hoop on a motorbike.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, that's probably the last two things.
What impact does his dad dying have on the devil?
Well, the devil
taking
now
his
just
wants his
officially
soul.
has his soul, yeah.
The devil wants his soul to train him up to be his Hell Rider, his
Okay,
Ghost
but
Rider.
He
sorry.
already has his soul. He
Yeah,
has
but
his
now,
soul.
now that if he's killed his dad, he can definitely kind of be like, well, now you've got nothing else to live for. You belong to me.
But he doesn't do that for another 20 years.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but that's not a lot of time for devils, is it?
No, what I'm saying is he could have just let his dad live and in 20 years' time come back and be like, I want your soul now.
But if he'd
It would've
left, if he'd
had
run
no
off
im-
with the girl, maybe he wouldn't have kept up his riding skills as a bike rider, and then he wouldn't have been as useful as Ghost Rider in the future. What he needed him to do was
That's
to honor his father's wishes and keep doing stunt riding.
That's some great
Yeah.
planning on his dad, on the devil's side.
No.
That's some foresight on the devil's side.
He knows people.
Yeah.
But yeah,
Yeah.
that's what he does, isn't it? Nick Cage carries on
He carries on
honouring his
stunt
dad.
riding, and he's
And,
trying.
like, it's
He's
like-
basically trying to kill himself, I guess. And he has that,
Yeah.
like the first stunt you see him do is Nick Cage, and he has the most fucked looking fall off that bike.
Oh, it was
Like,
awful.
yeah.
Yeah.
The helmet hitting the wheel and so it was like, oh fuck, and he's
And
just
it
like, yeah, I'm
smashes
fine.
his visor. But yeah, I think the point is that the devil, because he has
The
an
devil's
accident
keeping
right
him
at the
going.
start. The devil
Yeah.
is like, I'm
The
not
devil's
gonna let you.
keeping him
You're no
going.
use to me dead.
Yeah.
Yeah. And they're
Yeah.
like, you've got an angel on your side. And he's like, I don't know if it's that. Because
It's not
Nick
an
Cage in
angel.
this film is the
Oh,
grumpiest
and we have
fucking
some of
guy.
the first terrible lightning flashes of skulls, which
Yeah.
permeate this entire movie.
This film
Yeah.
is just everything from the script to the acting is just bad.
Like this is the
Yeah.
blandest Nick Cage performance I have ever seen.
Which is surprising
The bit
because
where his flesh are burning off, he does the good Nick Cage yell, but that's
He
only like
does.
once. And then he's all flame faced, and he looks like a fucking Snapchat filter.
yeah, I like the weird. You know, if this was released like a couple years ago, it would have had a Snapchat
Yeah.
filter. Do you remember them? Do you remember when Snapchat filters were like a big thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was a weird.
I'm old.
time.
I'm not demented.
No, that was a weird time in social media where the release of Snapchat filters was like, oh, everyone get on there, have a look at it.
Yeah, it was
Quick,
like this
you can
isn't
make your
a
face
sexting app.
a
You can make your
banana.
face into a nose, not
Yeah.
nose. You can make your nose small or your eyes big or whatever. Filters
Or your-
are still a thing. Like people use them on TikTok all the time, but most of the time it's just little things like freckles or
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but when
Yeah.
Snapchat came out, it
It's,
was like, this
it's
is
so you can get the
new
dog filter
technology.
appearing on the ghost next to you.
they're like, this is brand new technology.
yeah, it was exciting.
Weird one.
It was a
weird
damn
one.
sight more exciting than this film.
Yeah.
So we're talking about it, but yeah.
Yeah. After he has his awful fall, when he comes back to, he's like, "Is the bike okay?" And I'm like, "That is just not."
Classic writing.
Yeah, that is.
Yeah.
And then he doesn't want to drink or smoke, so he has jelly beans from a glass.
Yes, a martini
And he's
glass
like,
full of jelly
he
beans.
wants to watch a monkey
It's
TV
the
show.
lamest
There's a-
shit ever.
Yeah.
There's a lot of weird decisions they make for.
And his explanation is
Yeah.
just, "Oh, alcohol gives me nightmares."
Yeah.
Ooh, you bad
like-
boy with your martini glass full of jelly beans.
It's really weird. It's like they're like, he's a bad boy. He's the bad boy of.
But he
he's
doesn't
an
smoke and he doesn't
anti-hero.
drink.
He doesn't smoke.
He's
he
just
doesn't
sold
drink,
his soul to the devil and has to work for him.
and he's really into monkeys,
Yeah. For some
So-
reason.
and it never comes up outside of what they're watching on TV.
That definitely feels like something Nick Cage was like, no, this character should just want to watch TV shows about monkeys.
Yeah, that's what he wants
And
to do. He wants to eat his
just
jelly
this-
beans.
And he does. Well, the only monkey thing that comes up is this. It's Nick Cage a lot, but especially in this film, Ghost Rider really fucking likes to point at things,
Yeah.
Yes.
which is like that can look cool in a comic book, maybe, as like
Yeah.
a shot of someone like
In
pointing at
motion, pointing is bad. Yeah, in motion,
Yeah.
it's not great.
the. It doesn't work.
No.
Very little of this film works. The bike is
Yeah.
cool. I thought the bike was cool.
cool.
The bike was cool. But anyway, now we're introduced to Cold Man in the bar.
Yeah.
And
He
his
kills
friends.
a bunch of Hell's Angels.
Yeah,
Ooh.
and then his friends Dry Boy, Wet Boy, and Air Boy, who are the
Wet Boy definitely got the short straw.
yeah.
They've
He,
all got like
he really
normal
reminded me
names as
of-
well. Like I
Oh.
swear one of them's called like Richard.
But they're after a contract that an old Ghost Rider hid away somewhere.
From the devil.
Yeah.
Because it's
And
a,
it's
They're called the
contract to-
Hidden.
it's a contract for 100 souls.
I
Which-
thought it was 1,000 souls.
Oh, it might be 1,000 souls.
I think that's a little bit more dramatic.
Yeah, thousands a bit more
Souls is
impressive.
not
Yeah.
that big of a deal.
But then Johnny Storm is Johnny Blaze even he's like, oh, I'm gonna do this next stunt over some helicopters, and then the girl
Yeah.
that he liked before is there, and she's a reporter, and he's like, oh well, I actually talked to this reporter for once.
Yeah, and he proves himself. He explains why no other reporter wants to talk to him.
Yeah, he is. I mean,
Because
we're not great. 2 years of doing this, we're not great on like when we're on microphone.
I can talk to a reporter. I'm not going to go when a reporter asks me a question about what I'm doing. I'm not going to go, so how are you?
How's your day been?
How's your day been? I heard you got married. That's not helpful to the situation.
You know, I was on the news once.
No. What do you do?
Jumped over 6 helicopters.
Yeah, well, way cooler actually. I was interviewed.
7
when...
helicopters.
I was interviewed when my dad opened the first pinball museum. And so they thing is they interviewed
they
me, but
interview-
they cut out most of what I said, so they only cut in the bit where I basically said I'm glad he's just doing something with them because he's had them forever,
That's
and
so
I just
funny,
sounded
though.
so done.
That's so funny, though. I'd have done
Oh.
that. That's hilarious. I know why they asked you about the pinball sounder, because there's nothing else to that story.
No, there
They
really
had the-
wasn't.
Pad time.
Yeah.
As
It was
we're doing
Southeast
right now.
today.
Wow, they really had nothing on that day.
Yeah,
They're a
I
bit
am
late.
assuming slow news day.
Yeah.
Yeah, God, I
but
must
yeah,
have been young. I think I was 11, so you know.
you're not the worst interviewer on the planet than Nick Cage is,
Yeah.
Yeah, I was better than him.
as he just kind of asks the reporter. It was painful, that whole bit. It was just
Yeah.
weird. It was just strange.
Really awkward. And then he's like, oh, it's a sign that I shouldn't try and kill myself on these helicopters. And
Yeah.
so he does the jump fine and then drives after the van because she's driving away with her cameraman.
Yeah, there's also like it's very impressive. Whoever organizes that jump is very, very impressive organizer, because they managed to get 6 Black Hawk helicopters in no time.
Yeah. That is
That's
Very
some
weird.
organizational skill right there. Military helicopters.
I guess big donation to the military. But
Yeah,
also, I
true.
don't understand these Daredevil shows. Like,
Oh,
does
there was a
something
craze
else
for them.
happen?
No, you watch someone. I guess there's like cars doing cool things.
I was going to say, because it looks like, because obviously we only see it happen from what Johnny Flameface does, is
Yeah.
he arrives, he does the jump, which takes 30 seconds,
Yep.
and then it stops.
Yep.
Does anything else happen after that?
No, but there was a craze for Daredevils at one point in like the 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen like the bikes, like Wall of Death, not Wall of Death, whatever it is, like the spinny bike shows
Yeah,
and stuff
yeah,
like
where
that.
they
But
go
they
up,
last,
yeah.
like, you know, they're a solid, like, you know, 10, 15 minutes.
I
Yeah,
guess
maybe
the
so.
excitement is what if he gets obliterated by these helicopter blades?
Yeah, you kind of have to go into it being
I
like,
was alarmed when the helicopters all stayed on.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it
I
wouldn't
mean,
be
it'd
as
be a bit more
impressive.
boring if they were off.
Well, I was
Well,
like,
you-
but the updraft.
That's what kept him going, yeah.
Yeah, that's how he made it.
Yeah.
Also, incredibly skilled pilots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
To be able
hovering.
to hover
Yeah.
that close together.
You'd
And
feel
that
really
low
guilty
down.
if you fucked up though and accidentally
Killed everyone.
macheted through the stunt
Well,
driver.
And the thing
Helicopter
is,
explodes, kills half the crowd.
yeah, if that thing goes wrong, like he's not just good, not just getting like shredded and sprayed, like a fucking super soaker. He's like causing a helicopter to shift and like possibly crash into the one next to it.
Yeah.
would
You
kill
could have a real domino.
so
The
many
escalating
bike
over
hits
men.
it, bits of bike fling off into the crowd. You know.
Yeah,
Bits of helicopter fling off into the crowd.
yeah,
Yeah.
at high speed. bits of Johnny Blaze flying into the ground. But like, yeah, he's putting so many people in danger, and it's. I guess if you're going to a
There's not even like
show,
a mesh up.
Yeah,
like,
there's
protect
nothing
the
to
crowd.
stop them. But if you go to a stunt show, I guess part of you is like, I kind of want to see them crash. If you go there and be like, I don't want to see them crash, you don't go.
Yeah, it's a bit like going to the F1 and not just sitting there and every 2 minutes they go,
Yeah.
oh, well, now I'm going to sit here and do fuck all again until they come round.
These are sports I do not understand the
Yeah.
joy of watching. Like cricket. But for the opposite reason.
Oh no, is cricket too fast paced for you, Mikey?
I don't think anyone...
Too much going on.
There's too
Over
much
too quickly.
happening.
You never get your money's worth.
Yeah, cricket the only sport where the people judging can end it early if it lasts too long and gets too boring. Oh,
But yeah,
man.
I'm not mad about cricket either.
No. So he rides away and
Yeah, he goes and catches up with
stalks that girl.
yeah, and just drives in front of the van and causes a pile up of traffic. And he's like, please just come out with me. And she's like, yeah, right then, fine.
Well, she clearly still has feelings for him because she didn't fucking murder him after he gave the shittest interview of her life.
Yeah,
Like, career-endingly bad interview.
She's gonna get fired because of that interview.
But yeah,
Yeah.
his persistent. I did quite like when he sat on the front of the bike though, like when he was doing the stance to like all the tricks to kind of try and impress her. That was
yeah.
cool. Like,
Yeah.
I was like, that was more interesting than like Big Jump is like, it's cool I guess if you're in person and it's real. In a film you're just like, yeah, whatever. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure at this point the
Yeah.
main character's not gonna die.
What a twist, though. What a twist.
Yeah.
And,
Instead, yeah.
But his hands just get too hot for him to go on this date.
Yeah, his hands get hot because Mephisto and Cold Boy have met, and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to do
Blackheart.
this." So he's like, "Well, I'll get my Ghost Rider out."
Well,
so
because
40 minutes
the
into the
devil-
film, Nicolas Cage
Well-
becomes Ghost Rider.
So what key is, because his son isn't a fallen angel, he can't do anything to him?
Yeah,
The devil can't do anything to hot, cold boy?
Yeah.
I don't know, ice lungs, because he can't, because he's not a fallen angel, he's immune to, I don't know, devil powers. So he needs to get, he can't, he has to get his, Ghost Rider, which I assume at this point hasn't achieved anything.
yeah. No, he's
It's
not
a
done
plan.
anything for Nick Cage to be the Ghost Rider yet, and he's not had a Ghost Rider for ages because the last guy fucked off.
Yeah.
So he's like, "Well,
Oh yeah,
now I
it
will."
starts with the story at the beginning of the
Yeah,
the
previous Ghost
mysterious
Rider.
old Ghost Rider hiding the contract.
Yeah.
Because he was like,
So-
"Fuck you, devil! This contract's too bad."
So
This contract's
so
too much.
he gets a skeleton head and a hell cycle and goes really fast, and then stops a basic mugger by doing a
Yeah.
penance stare and making him feel the pain of everyone he's ever hurt.
Yeah, of killing someone.
Yeah. So then after he's
Well-
been Ghost Rider for a hot minute,
Yeah.
he just wakes up in a church, and Sam Elliott's like, "Hello, I am a mysterious man and definitely not the old Ghost Rider."
And I'm pretty sure we get a surprise Rebel Wilson in
That's
here.
fucking
Yes!
Rebel Wilson. Yeah.
Oh
They're
my
doing
god,
like a-
I did have to look it up because I was like, I think it's Rebel Wilson.
I didn't
They're
notice
doing-
when she was getting mugged at first. I didn't realise,
I
but a bit later on,
In
when
the
she's
interview, which was so fun, it was
Yeah.
probably one of the highlights of the film.
Yeah.
it's like his
That's
face
when
was
I
a
was
skull
like-
and it was on fire. I'm like, is that Rebel Wilson?
Yeah, you're like, that's a surprise Rebel Wilson right there.
That was delivered really well, and the comedic timing was excellent. Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Because it turns out it's Rebel Wilson.
Potential. She has potential.
It's just weird. It was just really strange. She feels so out of place in this film. To be in it for 10 seconds.
Yeah.
Well, she gives off the energy of what I think this film was trying to give off.
Yeah.
Of
Rebel Wilson for Ghost Rider.
We know it's batshit, but isn't that kind of funny?
Rebel Wilson played Ghost Rider. Exact same story, just replace and engage with Rebel Wilson. Much
Definitely,
better
She would
film.
be great.
Should we describe what Ghost Rider looks like? Because it's stupid.
He's a guy.
It's
He's
very
got
stupid.
a leather jacket. and a
Yep.
skull.
Oh, no, he's a
flaming
skeleton.
skull. He's a
not a
skeleton,
guy.
which is
He's a
why
skeleton.
it really annoyed me when you get here's Nick Cage and he's shirtless and he's really muscly, and I'm like, but
Yeah.
why? Because he's just a guy at this point. When he's super, he's a fucking
Well,
skeleton.
He's not just a guy. He's a stunt driver.
He is a stunt
and
rider,
I
yeah.
imagine have to be pretty toned. Like they have to be pretty strong.
Yeah.
So that makes sense. But yeah, he's a guy. It's CG for most of it because Nick Cage is not a good enough actor to play a skeleton.
Although it wouldn't surprise me if he was like, yeah, just take my skin off, it's fine. Let's go.
Just remove it. Let's go. No, he's not Christian Bale.
No.
But yeah, so he's a
So,
skeleton
he's a
boy.
skull that's on fire, but his leather jacket and really boring black t-shirt,
Yeah,
fine.
I like that there's still like bulk to, and it always bothers me because it's one of those like weird physics things. His jacket, his leather jacket, and like his clothes have still got the bulk of human.
Yeah.
Because it would be really funny if he turned into a skeleton and they just hang off of him
Yeah.
because he's a skeleton. But
Well,
yeah, he's
maybe it's his flames keeping his clothes all puffed up.
maybe.
Yeah, it's the smoke.
You just punch him and it goes in like one of those inflatable costumes. He also gets
he's an evil ghost monster, but he is very pliable.
He also gets a ghost bike.
Yeah.
Well, it's his what is it? His dad's bike that it
It's
gets ghosty as well.
Yeah, it gets fired.
And this is where the sort of lycanthropy part of the film really comes into
Yeah.
play, because by day or the Shrek Fiona curse.
By
Yeah,
day
the
or
Fiona
just
curse.
basic sunlight. Because turns out he's Ghost Rider in the shadows.
Just bring a fucking parasol, mate.
Parasol in one hand, shotgun in the other.
Some fucking Mary Poppins.
Just like, hey, there's a crime happening. He just opens up an umbrella. I've got this.
That would be fun though. That could be such a funny bit if like he had to just find some sort of umbrella and he was running through like I don't know, he was chasing someone down like the streets of Tokyo and all he could find was like a little Hello Kitty umbrella.
Oh. This isn't a Jackie Chan movie.
No.
And how much as we wish it was,
Oh, it would have been
that would be
better.
incredible.
Yeah. But
I just
he's-
say like the idea that only part of him has to be in shadow. It's like it's not all of him. It's only the bit that is in shadow is skeleton,
Yeah.
which is great. Also, I mean, have carrying an umbrella everywhere is good for 3 reasons. Number one, looks kind of cool. People with umbrellas in as superheroes look kind of cool. Number 2, when it's sunny, instant shade, Ghost Rider. Number 3, when it's raining, he's made out of fire. It's exactly what you need. Or else it's just steam. It's so much steam coming off that guy.
Yeah,
when
he's a
it's
real
raining.
sizzle boy.
Yeah, it's real sizzly. You wouldn't be able to have a conversation with him in the rain.
No.
Because you'd just be... Also, like...
This is
Oh, if
nice,
this
but
was-
I feel like I'm at a spa.
It sounds like we're stood next to someone frying bacon. Can we...
You just put bits of broccoli on the top of his skull.
just in a tray held above his head.
Yeah, you could add a layer to the umbrella.
Yeah. Like
One of
steaming
those
basket.
little bamboo steamer baskets. It'd be great.
This is my umbrella. This is my steam.
Bit
No,
of
'cause if you've got-
salmon, bit of
No,
kale.
because if you've got the umbrella, it kind of ruins the steaming basket part. You can't steam and have the umbrella.
Well, it would put him in the shade, but then the rain could get round him, and the steam would still build up under the umbrella.
True. What a weird.
Okay, it's not perfect. I'll give you that.
No.
That, or he could like put a shopping trolley or something over him and he's now a barbecue.
Yeah. I like how can we make, because we talk about bad films and we go, oh yeah, we'd make it better by doing this and changing this part of the story. We've gone, how do we make Ghost Rider better? And we've gone, how do we make Ghost Rider into a chef? Ghost Rider into a one-man kitchen is what I'm
Oh,
doing.
yeah, Ghost Rider, the third in the series, Ghost Rider food truck.
Ghost Rider Master Chef.
Hell's Kitchen.
Kitchen, yes! Oh, that's a much better one.
Taking down King
Gordon
Ben.
Ramsay. Like,
What a twist.
there's no meat on this fucking man.
It's fucking this film was. I mean, I
Uh.
wasn't going in thinking, "Oh, this is going to be good."
It's going to be a good film.
This
It's
was,
Nick Cage in an action film. It's
yeah.
not going to be good. It's Nick Cage in an action movie. It could be good.
Yeah,
you
oh,
never
yeah,
know.
no,
I've
like,
seen
if-
Con Air.
you-
That is good.
you
Literally never
never-
know.
You never know if you're going to
Yeah.
enjoy a Nick Cage film.
Yeah.
Could have been
It's
good.
a coin toss, but like a multi-sided coin,
It wasn't.
and you have no
Yeah.
idea what results are going to be positive or negative.
That's a
No.
dice, by the way.
Yeah.
A multi-sided coin
multi-sided
is a dice.
Well, to you, maybe.
You just described
nerd.
dice.
Yeah. So anyway, he ends up talking to.
Yeah, we're
Eva
talking about this film,
Mendes.
aren't we?
Well, I just want to get to this little bit because it was the only bit in the film where I was like, "Is that trying to say something?" So he's talking to her. She's like, "Oh, I'm really sorry," and then he's like, "Oh, I sold my soul to the devil," which sounds like a lie, because of course. And then he gets arrested because his license plate was found near the thing,
Yeah.
and he ends up in jail with a load of criminals.
Yeah.
And so he beats the shit out of them all. And then there's just this black kid in there, and he just turns and looks at me. He's like, "Innocent," and then walks out. And I'm like, "Oh, police arrested a innocent black kid. That's no surprise."
I don't know if that's deliberate for this film.
No,
Genuinely can't
I feel like
tell.
you might be giving it more credit than it deserves.
definitely, yeah. This
I'm-
film
I'm
doesn't
glad he
deserve any
didn't
credit.
kill the young black man in the prison cell because, yeah, that would have maybe sent more of a message and not a good one.
Yeah,
Yeah, and there's literally no other social messaging in this.
no.
The kid doesn't. I mean, regardless of race, the kid does try and protect him. Like he tells the others to leave him alone, which is incredibly, I mean, stupid / brave
Yeah,
Yeah,
in a room full of definitely criminals. Like,
yeah. that are
Don't
about to get-
don't yell at them. Don't interact with them. Especially when they've
Yeah.
got that it's Johnny Blaze, and you're like let him take care of himself.
So hey, I just want to watch monkey shit on TV. All I wanted, I still
I
don't.
just want to eat
understand
my
it.
jelly beans and watch monkey TV.
I don't understand the obsession with monkeys and that man. 'Cause it doesn't
It
go anywhere.
really doesn't come up again.
no.
No. But we get to see the end of that the prison
That's-
fight that no one breaks up, where he's like puts the jacket on. I
Yeah,
don't
the
know
metal
enough
Just a
about
spikes
different
those.
around
leather
it.
jacket, and then
Yeah.
he gets Hellraiser-y.
Yeah, he does spiky stuff. Is that like a costume reveal? Is that like
Mm,
the
Probably.
iconic Ghost Rider?
it felt like it. It was like, oh yeah, he's got the spikes. That's how he. It was like the origin story, like the outfit origin story side of it.
But it's so
but-
similar to the other jacket
Yeah,
that he's
that's
wearing.
like he was
Yeah, there's-
already in a leather jacket.
Yeah, there's really not
It's
much
so-
difference.
And like, I feel like that the outfit reveal should have happened sooner
Yeah.
if they want to do that.
Well, this
it's
film
really-
takes so long to get into anything.
It never really gets into anything.
No.
It's one of those ones where it's like the origin story is so fleshed out that and takes forever, and then the actual like good part of like
The actual
oh,
film, the
let's
rest
kill
of the film.
let's kill the bad
Cold
guys
boy.
and like save 1,000 souls or whatever. It was the
Yeah.
plan. It just has to happen in like 20 minutes,
Yeah.
Yeah,
and it all feels
gets condensed.
rushed, and there's nothing particularly interesting or exciting about it.
No.
Yeah.
Like,
'Cause-
he escapes the police and then drives up a
Ooh.
building, and then
Yeah.
the wind guy's there, and he's like, "Oh no, I can't kill you normally," so he just makes like a whirlwind
Ooh.
with his chain, and he dies.
well, whilst they're doing all of this, the boys, the lads,
The
Blackheart and the
element,
gang.
the element dudes.
Blackheart and the gang,
We've got Icy Spice, Wet
Yeah.
Spice, Dirty Spice,
and Windy Spice.
Fiery
Windy
Spice.
yeah, they're like looking for a graveyard, and they go to a place where the graveyard was, and he's like, it got moved. What do you mean? Where did it get moved to? I don't know I don't know about you, but I don't know the history of anywhere that I work. If someone was like, there was a graveyard here, where did it get moved to? I'd be like, I don't know. That was hundreds of years ago.
This is a train
What?
yard now. What are you on about?
What do you?
Maybe
there
they,
was a
they just
grave-
decided that in this 2007 film there didn't need to be a smash cut Google or
That's
off-brand
true.
Google search scene
Yeah, Beast
where
didn't
where
quite exist yet.
Ice Boy and the gang all gather
Okay,
around a
yeah.
laptop and search for the history.
They're on
the thing
Ask
is-
Jeeves.
He's the only one that can use the laptop. The rest of them can't
Oh
because
yeah, because the wet boy just keeps.
we just keep ruining it. He's not allowed near it. You get dirt between the keys, and Windy Boy just a mess.
Yeah. Oh no, these fallen angels are not practical.
I was I don't know why those Windy Boy, Hot Boy, Windy Boy, Cold Boy, and Dirt
Wet
Boy,
Boy.
and
Wet
Wet
Boy.
Boy. Why those are the boys?
Yeah, because
Why
also
was-
like whenever
I-
Johnny Blaze fights them, he kills them so fucking quickly that
But
they're just
also-
pointless.
If you're writing about devil people, like it's the devil story and it's hell, right? You go, oh, maybe we do like the horsemen of the we allude to the horsemen of the apocalypse, maybe. No, no,
That
they're
makes
just
too much
guys.
sense.
Especially because he's like, this will bring about the end of the world. It should absolutely be the horsemen of the apocalypse helping him out,
Yeah.
and they're horsemen. He's a ghost rider.
Oh shit, they do have actual names.
Yeah, Jonathan, Brian,
Richard
Jack, and Richard.
and Wet Boy.
And Wet Boy. Don't
So
forget
the
about who
Earth
prefers
one,
to be
the
called Wet
dirt boy is Gressel.
Gressel. Sorry, that's so much worse than the names I gave.
Air boy, who kind of looked like a like a bit of cultural appropriation, but I couldn't tell if they were black or pale.
They all look like professional wrestlers.
He's called Abigor.
Cool. Sick name.
That sounds like someone sneezed while writing the birth certificate for Abigail.
They really wanted a girl, and then when it was a boy, they were like, "Oh shit, what's close enough to Abigail?"
Abigail.
Abigail.
And then Abigor.
What are the
Well,
other
the
names?
Water Angel's Wallow. I do remember him being called that actually in the film. The other names I don't remember being used, but yeah, Wallow.
No. Wallow. Why
Yeah.
aren't they the horsemen?
Gressel, Abigor, and Wallow.
Dumb
Name,
name.
Cold Boy.
Oh, well, he's Blackheart.
Oh,
Which
damn.
makes so much sense in that group of names. How do they name devils in this universe? Because
I
It's
guess you
all
blame
over the place.
Mephistopheles for Blackheart.
that's true. Had a child and went, "You're going to be called Blackheart." Ooh, sick.
But I mean, if your dad's called Mephistopheles, I think you got off really fucking lightly with
That's true.
Blackheart.
That's his Twitter handle at Blackheart. He's got a MySpace page.
I was gonna say, like, that boy, it's not Twitter, it's MySpace.
Right, he's got a MySpace
Yeah.
page.
And
Got
then
MySpace
he's
page.
got
He listens
Gressel, Abigor, and Wallow as part of his top 8.
to. He thinks he thinks MCR is too mainstream. He listens to like weird emo deep cuts. He only listens to screamo. Yeah.
And nobody
He's
understands him.
Nobody understands him, especially not his dad, a devil. He just wants 100 souls. That's all he wants. And his dad won't get it for him. It's so not fair.
Yeah.
Oh,
This bit was silly. I say that like the whole fucking movie wasn't.
this
Um,
bit is
So he's being all Ghost Rider-y, and he defeats
Yeah.
the Airman. And then,
yeah. Well, by like making a tornado,
yeah, by making a tornado, yeah. And then
it's so stupid.
Roxanne sees Ghost Rider and is like,
The police.
it's Johnny. I'm like, how the fuck did you recognize him? It's a skeleton.
I know that skeleton anywhere.
I'd recognize
Oh,
that
where the
bony
girl-
boy.
When the girl
I recognise-
recognises him.
Yeah. I mean,
because
he
she's
has
told-
said
she's done the interview with Rebel Wilson, who says he turned into a skull. Where like
That's true.
the guy turns into a skull with flames, and you're not going to look at the skull with flames and be like, "Nah, it's probably a different skull with
That's
flames."
probably a different one.
Yeah, and he does also tell her that he sold his soul to the devil, and she's like, fuck off.
And I'll
Yeah.
have to,
Damn,
have to
that
ride
makes
around
sense.
doing his dirty work.
Oh.
But yeah, you're right. I think it's really weird how she put that together.
Well, it was just a surprise because she sees this skeleton man and he's just like, oh, Johnny.
I recognise those bones anywhere. Imagine if it was a different guy. Imagine if there was just something else also happening. That
So
was, like,
confusing.
completely disconnected. Like there's a completely different, unrelated reason. There's another skeleton boy in the city.
Skeletor and He-Man are having a fight next door.
It's like
Uh.
Johnny, no. Ah.
Oh yeah, and then Roxanne goes back to his garage and his mate from the beginning's there just to conveniently get killed by Blackheart. And he
But,
tries. Oh
so-
yeah, he tries to penance stare him, but Blackheart doesn't have a soul, so it doesn't work.
Because he can't just kill Blackheart like he can kill all the other... Because he just kills all the other demons.
Yeah, like, really quickly.
Yeah, like, it immediately... How did he kill Earthboy? I've forgotten how he kills Earthboy.
I mean, the same as the other guys. He uses his hot chain.
Yeah.
I can't even remember the
He, like,
Earthboy
squeezes
fight.
him until he cracks him, then he turns into coal.
Oh. That's
Or black rocks, but I assumed coal.
Yeah.
But
It's really boring. Like, considering,
Yeah.
like, the only cool... Like, there's very limited cool things about Ghost Rider,
yeah.
who... Not a ghost, really, but whatever.
Have you-
Like,
do you
his
not know
bike
that's
is
how
cool,
ghosts look
and then
like?
his weapon is just a long length of chain that gets
And-
real hot.
And he can look at people badly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
And
can
you
make
see
people-
the same cut, like, weird, foggy fire cut of
Yeah.
past wrongdoings.
He can make people feel guilty in, like, a really intense way.
Yeah.
But considering that's his, like, weapon,
He very rarely uses it.
he doesn't use... He only uses it on wet... not in wet, on...
Oh, he uses a shotgun for a bit as well.
Well, yeah, but I mean, okay, wow, they're using a gun and a...
Yeah, I think that's
I mean,
after.
Fiery shotgun.
That's after Caretaker
Um,
reveals to be old Ghost Rider, though.
So it's like, make bigger, like, more interesting use of the chain. Just use it
Yeah.
a bit more.
Yeah.
It's his only interesting thing.
Use it like how Catwoman uses her whip to get around.
Yeah, or Tongue Boy from X-Men.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You mean Toad?
Toad.
Do
Um,
you reckon the reason whatever his name is, the devil,
Mephistopheles.
Mephistopheles, doesn't
Nope.
like his son so much is because when
Mr.
When he-
Mistopheles, yeah.
when the devil made Ghost Riders, you reckon his son went, "It's not a ghost.
Yeah. Excuse me?
I call it Ghost Rider. Dad, that's not a ghost. That's not what ghosts look like." Could you imagine if that was what ghost sightings would be completely different if they were like fiery hellscars?
Oh yeah, you
Like, I
see
saw
this
a ghost
little.
of-
Oh, it was so scary. I didn't know what to do. I saw this tricycle going down in this old Victorian mansion, going down the corridor, and there was this flaming skeleton on top.
Yeah,
A
that'd be
tricycle
so much
with flames coming out of
scarier.
each wheel.
That'd be so much scarier.
I mean, it'd be scarier in a different way, in a sort
Yeah.
of health
It is
hazard and like
far-
know,
far
check
more
your building
threatening.
insurance way.
Far more threatening.
Yeah, definitely.
Uh,
I do like that. Like hell.
I saw-
I want to keep
so-
wanting to call him Hell Rider because that just makes more sense.
Yeah.
But
I saw the
Ghost
ghost
Rider, like, I love that his flames and everything leave like carnage on the roads. Like, he
yeah,
Oh,
melts
yeah,
through all the
that's really
tarmac.
cool.
wrecks the
It's-
shit. Like,
physical.
and I felt bad for that little iguana that gets fried when he's
His
riding the
council
old
tax
one.
bill is going to be astronomical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Blackheart's like, oh, you need to get this contract for me, and so Johnny goes back to the caretaker, and then the caretaker's like, oh, surprise, I'm the old Ghost Rider that hid the contract. I can help
What a
you. Go
twist.
find it, and then I will disappear.
What a twist.
To be
Blackheart
fair,
turns
every time Sam Elliott was in this before and they weren't just mumbling at each other, I was
I
like,
was gonna
he would
say,
make a
I
better
had-
Ghost Rider.
I sort of knew where it was going, but not through the dialogue because I couldn't understand a
No.
single
No, it was mumbles,
fucking
what
word
mumbling.
this guy was
Fucking
saying.
Eagleton Ron just mumbling at him.
It's a lot of mumbling.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he ends up going to a haunted swamp, and that's where Wallow
The worst
gets
set
killed.
I've ever seen.
Yeah.
The worst set of the film as well because it's
Yeah.
it's so like
It's just a puddle.
2-dimensional. Yeah. There's no like it's supposed to be I guess kind of because it's around is it Texas that this is set in?
I guess so.
Yeah.
I think there's Texas stuff in it. Like swampy land, like there's swamplands and stuff that you know would have a
Tennessee,
bit of
maybe?
you know just a bit of depth to it, or at least look like they're
No.
outside.
Yeah, it really just
No.
is out of nowhere, and then he kills the water guy, and
It's
then
just a set with some
Yeah.
twigs and a
Yeah.
puddle.
He kills the water guy again so fucking
yeah,
quickly.
he just boils him.
He's
He's
like,
like, oh, he's gone.
You're underwater, and then he just fires on and cooks him.
Yeah.
See? MasterChef.
So
I it's good. Yeah, in the MasterChef version, he starts sous videing all his
he, he wraps him in like a plastic, airtight
Yeah.
plastic bag,
Yeah,
boils the
perfect
water
cooking
for
food.
perfect temperature.
make
Yeah.
some rice in him, you know.
He just puts his hand in a pot of water and goes, "I'm gonna boil it."
But now he fights Blackheart, and Blackheart gets the contract, and so he gets a bunch of souls in him, and they're these flying dusty things. And this is when I realised something about this movie.
Big end fight. This is the big end fight that's meant to be all big and cool, and it mostly consists of a Ghost Rider throwing hot bits of fire at Blackheart.
And then he gets swung around by a chain, and then Blackheart gets a bunch of things in him, and his eyes go red. And it's at this point that I realised that someone watched Blade and went, "What if we remake this with a bland white guy?"
Maybe the worst red eyes I've ever seen in a film.
Yeah.
Of evil red eyes in movies. This is probably the worst.
Yeah, it was really giving Bush Baby with conjunctivitis.
Yeah.
It was not good. They were too wide.
And he was supposed to be looking a little bit all over the place, I guess.
They're just
there's
a bit
multiple
JPEG.
souls. Yeah,
they look like
badly
JPEG.
Animated. It looked like it was
just kinda
glitching.
Put on top. It was bad. And then in no other shots does he have red eyes.
No. But now he's full of souls, so he can penance stare him.
Oh, he's chock full of souls.
He gets
chock
very,
full of
very
souls.
penance stared, and then
Fucking to the
so
brim.
many souls in that bad boy.
Brim with souls. Why did he want all those souls? What did it do for him?
He becomes Legion, which is a TV show.
But it didn't make him stronger, did it?
It
wasn't better.
It just goes, "We are many."
Yeah.
Okay. And
he doesn't get any powers. He's no harder to fight. He's just kind of.
Well, yeah, and that's it. It's his Achilles heel in the end, because that's what makes him mortal. He's got a soul now.
Yeah.
And what does Ghost Rider like to do except for stare down?
Chock full of souls.
He's made himself extra killable.
He takes the same amount of damage from being shot. He's not better when he's got all those souls up in him. He's not more threatening. He's just got bad red eye. He's just got conjunctivitis, and
it's a real 90s flash photography situation going.
Yeah. He's just got pink eye and getting shot by a woman with a shotgun.
Yeah.
And fucking Daredevil over here is like, "Oh god, I need to fight in the shadows." And the fucking throw me the gun, because in the shadow, fiery gun gives him fucking infinite bullets.
I love that. I love that. She has as a woman in a film, she gets her 30 seconds of kind of having personality and being a character.
Yeah. She gets autonomy for about 30 seconds.
Where she fires 2 bullets.
Yeah.
And can't reload the gun because she's not got any ammunition.
Runs out of ammo, which is fair.
And he, looks at her what the fuck are you doing? Keep shooting him. It's like, dude, can you count to 2?
It's a fucking double-barreled sawn-off shotgun, you idiot.
Where do you think she's going to get these bullets from? But yeah, he has Hollywood magic.
He's like, throw me the gun. Well, he puts it into the shadow, and it turns into it. Which, does that happen with everything? If he holds, a dog up?
If he's
always
got
to use martini glass.
If he's always Ghost Rider in the shadows as well, if he's trying to ride his bike along between a bunch of trees and stuff, he's just going to be constantly flickering in and out of Ghost Riderness.
It's going to be hell to live with. You can't live with that. You can't live with that. Imagine trying to get to sleep at night.
Take a big UV light with him everywhere.
Yeah.
Imagine trying to get to sleep at night. And you just, next year, not just snoring, but on fire.
Because he's supposed to only turn into Ghost Rider if there's evil nearby, but I don't know if that happens either.
Define evil.
It's not really well thought out. He must get through, he's going to get through a lot of pillowcases.
Even if it is just when evil's nearby, evil is someone a pickpocket is evil.
Yeah.
Technically.
Yeah, he's probably not in Victorian London though.
At what? No, but at what level does crime become evil?
He gets really pissed off when his upstairs neighbour starts pirating movies.
Yeah.
I can't sleep when you're doing that. I know what you're doing. I know you think that it's morally okay, but clearly something inside me disagrees.
He bursts into flames and he's like, "Fucking LimeWire."
He's at it again. I know he is.
Look, I'll buy you the films, okay?
Shouting at his wife he's at it again. He's downloading music, I can tell.
He's
boy
gone
upstairs
on YouTube
gets
to MP3.
Oh yeah, the boy upstairs has downloaded signed up to MySpace, but he's only 12.
He said he was over 18 on his sign-up sheet. Mm. You joined an a cappella group when you were still only in high school. It is a collegiate a cappella group.
Oh man, Ghost Rider, but he's only allowed to take the souls of the incredibly petty criminals.
Oh, Ghost Rider, but for minor crimes. Oh, that's. I would watch that film.
I
Yeah,
would
that'd be way
definitely-
more interesting. Yeah, this film was fucking boring. If I'm
with
honest.
Rebel Wilson. No, only if Rebel Wilson is that Ghost Rider.
Oh yeah.
Ghost Rider, but for petty crimes, drives a moped. That's what I want. That's what I want. I want.
This
want
sounds
Rebel
like
Wilson.
The Pope's Exorcist, that movie with Russell Crowe in it.
I want
Just
Fiery
driving a Vespa
Skeleton.
around Rome.
I want fiery skeleton Rebel Wilson on a Vespa.
Yeah, she's like, I know
Collecting
you put
petty
through those
criminals.
fair trade bananas as regular bananas. That's a crime. You've got to pay for your sins.
I know that you got 3 bars of chocolate, but you only scanned 1.
Oh no! What's worse is that
That's a petty
know.
crime.
you got a carrier bag, but you didn't scan it.
I know you picked up. Just stood outside next to the moped on fire.
I know you picked up that carrier bag. You didn't pay your 10p.
Didn't pay the 10p for the carrier bag. I saw you not crossing the road before the walking man said you could go.
Yeah, a bit harsh when they're 7.
Just grabs them and does like the guilty hand look, and they're just like, okay, I feel a bit sick.
Just like a kid snuck out a can of Coke and he just grabs them.
Oh, yeah, the kids sneaking snacks into the cinema.
He's just standing
With
there
a
on
burst
fire.
of light behind them.
He's just standing in front of the screen like, film's not starting until you take the snacks out.
It's not illegal. It's against company policy.
Oh, what's that? You're not going to do it? He just goes up and burns the film.
He's like a full chain whip across
This
the
is
screen.
going full Blart Mall Cop Ghost Rider mashup.
I'd love that. But Rebel Wilson,
Yeah.
love that.
Oh.
Well, for this movie, what would you give it out of 10? And I'm not going to ask if
Fair.
it holds up, because I don't think it was ever good.
No, it doesn't. For this version of Ghost Rider, like a 3 out of 10. It's really its problem is it's really fucking boring.
Yeah.
Like it's not campy. It's just kind of boring. So I'd say 3 petty, 3 like crimes that don't deserve a death sentence getting killed because Ghost Rider's there.
Yeah, like mugging, to be honest. Like, I don't
Yeah.
think you should be killed for mugging someone.
Not a
I don't
death
think it's a
sentence.
good thing.
Not a
Don't get
good
me
thing.
wrong. I'm not
Not
pro
a death
mugging.
sentence.
I'm
But you're just not
really...
pro-death sentence.
Yeah.
Aye.
I'm like, there might have been circumstances that, we could have... I think he should, trial. Like, he could have gone to trial.
Yeah, basic
I
human
mean,
rights.
to be fair, I guess Ghost Rider does know if you're guilty of things, and if you are, he makes you relive all of that pain.
But
so
it's about the context.
you'll get the
of
pain of
guilt.
eating a whole bag of popcorn before going in to watch Pitch Perfect 2.
You just feel you just get a tummy ache. You just get a tummy ache.
They call the reason for the flames around me is all the heartburn you're going to get from having to down all those fizzy drinks.
I feel bad, so here's some Tums to take with this.
Yeah, I'd give this. This is 3 wet boys out of
Yeah, this is-
10. He was easily the grossest of the 3.
It's just bad.
Yeah.
He got the short straw.
Did you see
He
the
got-
bit where his eye fell off?
Yeah,
he flicks it away and another eye forms on him. It was so minging.
He's like, y'all are quite cool in how you look and powers. I look like this.
Yeah, like being dirt, like being able to turn into like the ground and appear anywhere, and being
Like
able
it's
to fly
dusty.
through the air. Cool.
Yeah,
being
he's
wet. eh.
Airboy got the best deal of the 3.
Plus, I think I'd be fucking terrified of Ice Boy.
Yeah. So what did he do? Well, he looked at me the wrong way, and now I'm frozen.
And he's not even singing in this one.
No.
No. Yeah, I was very bored watching this. Yeah, it got to the end and I was like, this is just Blade but remade badly.
Yeah.
I think I'll give
I love
this
the Blade ending.
2 times that I wished I would get penance dead, so I wouldn't have to keep watching the film.
Part of the guilt is
Harsh, but
part of the
fair.
guilt.
Yeah. I mean, although this was on Netflix, so I, did
Was it?
legally watch it, so I didn't get
Yeah.
penance dead.
Yeah, we didn't have to
Said
worry.
that-
We didn't have to worry about this film.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm glad ultimately that I didn't pay like $2.99 or whatever.
Oh,
And
yeah.
only fork out for whatever
not worth
garbage
it.
we have to.
Absolutely not worth it.
No. Don't bother
Um,
with this one. You don't.
Oh,
have
we
to.
forgot right at the end. The devil's like, "Oh, you killed my son. So do you want your
Oh,
soul
yeah.
back?" And he's like, "No, fuck you. I'm gonna stay inconveniently hot and fuck
I'm
you up
gonna
with
use
my
this
powers."
against
Hey,
you, and now I'm going to
nobody-
go back to that tree that I was with Eva Mendes at before, where
The
we were
only
different
person-
people.
The only person who's inconveniently hot in this film is young Johnny Blaze.
Wrap it up, Dan.
Yeah, with that, I've
Please.
been Dan.
I've been Michael.
And I've been Helena.
You can find this podcast on social media at Hilton Pod. That's at HILTM Pod. We're on Discord as well if you want to come and tell us all the petty crimes that you would get penance stared for by Rebel Wilson Ghost Rider.
Yeah.
We
And
also
what
have
what would your punishment be?
How bad of a tummy ache are you getting?
I love how innocent we are that all of us the petty crimes we can think of are food related.
Yeah.
Well, I assume it just make you feel the pain, so like a tummy ache is like...
Just feel a little bit
I have
awkward,
like
you know.
I have a mild head. Oh, all of the awkward sensations all at once.
Ugh.
Oh,
I
the
just call that
worst.
3 a.m.
Yeah, no, that's a Friday night for me.
Yeah. Well, we do also have a Patreon where you can support the show, keep us going.
Yeah.
Are we doing anything special for this? Are we making the Rebel Wilson Ghost
We're
Rider
making
movie?
Rebel
Rebel-
Wilson Ghost Rider Petty Crime Edition. Like Law and Order SVU, but Ghost Rider Petty Crime Edition.
And then it's followed up by Hell's Kitchen, which is the
Yeah, followed
Ghost
up
Rider
by
cooking show.
Ghost Rider Hell's Kitchen, where they team up to open a restaurant.
Yeah, it's him,
In-
Daredevil, and
And
What's the other
Rebel
one?
Wilson.
yeah, Rebel Wilson.
Well, he makes the really nice food.
Jessica thingy.
He makes a
her
really
name?
good meal,
Jones?
and then
Rabbit.
Jessica
So-
Jones.
yeah, so someone leaves without paying for their food. So, right, here we go.
Oh, so yeah, Rebel Wilson gets him,
Yeah.
and then Matt Mercer is the lawyer.
Matt
Yeah.
Murdoch.
Murdoch.
No, Matt
Yeah,
Mercer. Matt Mercer from Critical Role and other voice acting positions.
Yeah, he brings some of the
Is-
naughty-sided coins as well, doesn't he?
Hang on,
But I
just need
think
to
we
blow my
still
nose.
managed to.
I
We've
will
still
obviously
thought
edit
through
this.
this. Yeah, or you could just keep interrupting.
Out.
Sorry, that came out really sus.
Came out really harsh. Or just stop
Fuck's
interrupting
sake,
that.
Dan, in your bodily functions.
Stop
I know you've got a
talking.
cold.
Jesus
You don't have
Christ,
to rub it
keep
in our
it, to
face.
keep it to yourself.